In the shadows of San Antonio, Texas, where history bleeds into legend and whispers echo through the centuries, there is a story that refuses to die. A story drenched in sorrow, drenched in mystery, and soaked in terror. This is not just folklore. This is a living nightmare. Tonight, on the Grim Tapes, we delve deep into one of the most bone-chilling legends of all time, the Weeping Woman of San Antonio. Some know her as La Llorona, the ghost who cries for her lost children, while others claim she is something older, darker, and far more dangerous. But one thing remains certain: those who hear her cries are never the same again. Roots of the legend. To understand the Weeping Woman, we must begin at the roots. La Llorona is a legend with deep origins in Mexican and Latin American folklore. The most popular version of the story tells of a beautiful woman named Maria who fell in love with a wealthy man. She bore him children, but he abandoned her. In her anguish and rage, she drowned her children in a river, only to immediately regret it. Cursed by her actions, she now roams the earth in eternal mourning, searching for her children, her cries echoing in the night. But San Antonio's version of the tale has its own unique elements. Witnesses claim to have seen a ghostly woman in white near the San Pedro Creek or along the banks of the San Antonio River. She walks slowly, weeping, her voice chillingly desperate. Some say she asks bystanders if they have seen her children. If they respond or follow her, they vanish. Historical context. San Antonio is a city built on layers of history: indigenous cultures, Spanish colonization, battles for independence, and centuries of tragedy. The very soil is said to hold memories of bloodshed and grief. In the case of La Llorona, many researchers believe that this legend may be a spiritual echo of real historical trauma, perhaps the grief of mothers who lost their children to war, disease, or violence. Some historians have traced the earliest San Antonio sightings of the Weeping Woman to the late 1800s, when settlers and ranchers in the area began reporting eerie encounters near the rivers. The descriptions were strikingly similar: a tall, pale woman with long dark hair and hollow eyes. She would appear suddenly, often weeping, sometimes screaming. First-hand accounts. One of the most terrifying elements of this legend is the sheer volume of first-hand encounters. In 1953, a local woman named Teresa Alvarez claimed she encountered the ghost near the old mission grounds. According to her account, she heard crying while walking home and followed the sound. She saw a woman in a white dress standing by the water. When she called out, the woman turned, revealing a face full of pain, and then vanished into mist. In the 1980s, a police officer, who remains anonymous, reported seeing a woman in a white gown near the San Antonio River during his night patrol. He approached her, thinking she needed help, but she floated above the ground and passed through a fence before disappearing entirely. In 2012, a group of ghost hunters captured what they believed to be audio recordings of a woman sobbing near the creek in Brackenridge Park. The sobbing continued even when the area was completely deserted. Supernatural elements. The Weeping Woman is not just a passive spirit. Many accounts suggest she possesses malevolent qualities. Paranormal investigators describe feelings of intense dread, sudden drops in temperature, and even scratches and physical harm after encountering her. Some believe she is a banshee-like entity, a harbinger of death. Stories abound of people hearing her cries right before a tragedy strikes their family. Others think she is a lost soul, trapped in a purgatory of her own making, desperate for forgiveness but cursed to repeat her torment night after night. There are even those who believe La Llorona is a shapeshifter, taking on different forms to lure children away from their homes. Parents in San Antonio have told tales of children seeing a woman at the window beckoning them at night. Psychological impact. Why do stories like these persist for generations? Psychologists suggest that La Llorona may represent a cultural manifestation of grief and guilt. For many families, especially in tight-knit communities, the story serves as a cautionary tale, a warning about disobedience, a symbol of maternal pain, or a reminder of the consequences of moral failure. But for others, especially those who have seen or heard something unexplainable, the story is all too real. The fear is not just psychological. It's physical, emotional, unshakable. Pop culture and media. La Llorona has found her way into popular culture through films, books, TV shows, and songs. Yet these representations often dilute the horror of the original tale. The true Weeping Woman of San Antonio is not just a scary story. She is a spiritual entity, deeply embedded in the city's cultural and supernatural landscape. The 2019 horror film, The Curse of La Llorona, introduced her to a wider audience, but locals in San Antonio argue that no Hollywood film has captured the chilling authenticity of encountering her on a dark, quiet night. Modern investigations. Numerous paranormal teams have attempted to document her presence. Thermal cameras have recorded unexplained cold spots. EVP sessions have captured weeping, whispering, and even the word "hios," Spanish for children. Some of the most convincing evidence comes from video footage where a white figure appears and disappears without explanation. These investigations continue to this day, with new reports surfacing every year. Spiritual and religious interpretations. Clergy and spiritual leaders in San Antonio have different interpretations of the phenomenon. Some believe the Weeping Woman is a demonic deception, meant to cause fear and distraction. Others think she is a trapped soul in need of prayer and peace. Catholic priests have performed blessings along rivers and creeks in an attempt to dispel her spirit. In some cases, families have reported an end to paranormal activity after spiritual cleansing rituals. Locations linked to LA Llorona. Several places in San Antonio are frequently linked to La Llorona sightings. San Pedro Creek. The banks of the San Antonio River. The old Spanish missions. Brackenridge Park. Woman Hollering Creek, nearby. These sites have become hotspots for paranormal investigators, tourists, and locals hoping for a glimpse or recording of the infamous ghost. So what do we make of the Weeping Woman of San Antonio? Is she a cursed soul, trapped in a loop of grief and guilt? A demonic force feeding on sorrow? Or a cultural echo of historical trauma passed down through generations? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: her story continues to haunt, to terrify, and to inspire. Now, let me ask you, the viewer. Do you believe the cries of La Llorona are real? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey through one of the most haunted legends of North America. If you enjoyed this episode and want more terrifying tales from around the world, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment below with your thoughts or your own paranormal experiences. We post new content every week on the Grim Tapes, where horror is always just a whisper away. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and whatever you do, don't follow the sound of crying in the dark.